Nope, no shotgun shells, just a dagger. Oh, actually, wait a minute. What's on the other side? I think there might be shotgun shells on the other side. Who knows? There could even be grenade rounds. But as we can see here, we've got this eagle who watches you. So bizarre, but it's kind of cool. Ah, grenade rounds. Are you going to pick the grenade rounds up, Jill, or are you going to try and... Yeah, you're going to try and get the red jewel. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yep, you're going to get on there again, are you? Well, all I want to do is get the grenade rounds. Needless to say, this is the worst thing about the classic Resi games. And now I have to leave the room to reset that box because I can't get in the corner. Absolutely fucking retarded, beyond belief. We're actually using the term rull fetard now on my Twitch channel, which is the politically correct version of full retard. Because the more I live in this culture, where you're not allowed to say something that will upset someone, it makes me want to rebel against it even more. But instead, I now say rull fetard, because I've always had a fascination with switching around the first letter of certain words. So that's now what we do. Okay, we've got the red jewel. And wait a minute. The yellow jewel... Oh, it's for the ammo disc, yeah, sure. I was thinking then, what's it for? You'll have noticed before that I didn't get the blue jewel. Now, that is just for shotgun shells. That is purely what that is for. And I used to always get it, but now I don't. And I've got no shotgun shells right now, but can't be arsed getting them. Hunter. Hunter. So it's a yellow and a blue gem that goes in this puzzle here. On the original, it is the red one. But if you put the red one in this tiger statue, snakes will come down and ruin your day, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, we're saving Chris and Barry. I think that's the first time I've mentioned that in this playthrough, actually. We are saving them. But I can't be arsed going back. I think there's a crimson head in the hallway as well. So fuck that. If he's despawned that crimson head, I might get these extra shotgun shells because, quite frankly, I could do with them. I mean, I've got quite a few grenade rounds. And I spunked 2 magnum bullets on that annoying hunter before that had invincibility frames and decided not to die. Just to troll me, you know, just to troll me. But as we can see, Mr. Crimson is still wandering about, so I'm not going to fuck about that. I mean, if you don't get that blue gem from the statue and knock it down from the second floor, it will do it on its own. Maybe a zombie accidentally did it. But I've got 13 grenade rounds. And I'm not going to bother. Like I said, obviously this isn't a speedrun. Can you not tell? But I'd like to keep it as succinct as possible. I think that's a word. I think that's a word. Succinct. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it properly, but I know what it means. There's a lot of times when I'm like that. I'm actually going to Google it. I'm sure that's a word, ladies and gentlemen. Basically, it means quick and to the point. And each part so far has been along about 25 minutes long in length, so it should be about 10 parts once we're finished. This guy's a bit problematic because you've got to get the jewellery box. Then I'd like to get the defensive item, And then I'd like to get the dagger as well, but he usually gets to you just in time. I've got 4 daggers, that's pretty good. And a very peculiar location for a blue herb plantation there as well, as you can see. Never quite understood that, but there we go. But then again, I guess it's kind of cool that they're not in a really obvious location, because that'd make it too easy, I suppose. But this puzzle certainly isn't too easy. It's a pain in the fucking ass. I kind of know where everything has to go, but yeah, I don't know how they thought that this puzzle would be a good idea in the game. I really don't. Bear with me. Trying to figure out where all this bullshit goes. I can't quite remember right now. Is it there? No. Is it there? No. Oh, is that? No. So we put some Tetris in your Resident Evil. So you can play Tetris in your Tetris. Know what I'm saying? That one has helped me understand that that goes there, though, so that's good. But it doesn't fit. Because this puzzle is fucking stupid. True story, bro. I'm pretty sure that goes there. But it's just this one that's not playing ball. Unless that goes there. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I'm going to look on Google. This is the worst this puzzle has gone in a long time. Because I just cannot do it. Absolutely fucking stupid. What the fucking hell were they thinking of with this? I'll never know. So I'm looking online. Unfortunately. A really stupid idea here. From the developers of the game. I thought this would be a good idea. It's not a good idea at all. Under any circumstances. It's very, very irritating. It's always that one that will cause you the problems as well. And it's just unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. And obviously I'm wanting this playthrough to be, you know, relatively quick. And this is now becoming a huge problem for me. And I'm getting very frustrated. How the fuck am I meant to put that one in? That is just not going in there under any circumstances. Is it going in? It's still not going in. Fucking hell, how irritating is this? Whichever cunt at Capcom put that in the game and thought it was a good idea should be fucking fired. You know what I'm saying? There we have it. Got the Spencer family emblem brooch. Only took about 10 minutes. Huge irritation. A terrible moment in the game. I think I'm going to go this way here. We're in the outside. I've got a green herb, which is good because there's still a few hunters lurking about. There's a hunter here, actually. But usually when you go into the room, they have a split second of reacting to you. And that's when you can make your move and juke them, get round them and whatnot. And I do believe there's a few more shotgun shells here. And there is another metal object, but no stone this time. But all will become clear very soon. But we need the battery and we need the crank, so we're going to get that from the inventory box now. But I'm going to need to kill that hunter on the way there, aren't I? Yeah. Maybe I should try and kill him now. Sensational. Sensational. Truly sensational. What can you say? What can you do? You know, invincibility frames on this game with the hunters. It's not acceptable under any circumstances. Shooting through them, but they're not ready to take damage, so they're going to hit you instead. In a game like this, I just think that is completely appalling, and it's one of the biggest problems in this game. Anyway, where's the battery and the crank? There we go. We've already got the magnum, so that's good. We should be fine. I don't really need to take any health items, I don't think, for the time being. Before we know it, we'll be into the cave area. Well, there are a few more hunters and a bit more bullshit, but the doorknob has been repaired. Well done, Mr. Barry Burton. I nearly called him Barry Barton, though. Barry Barton. I think this is the 6th part so far. It might be the 5th part. Okay. You know, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you've just got to laugh, and if you don't, you'll cry. I think my controller has run out of juice. Perfect time to do it during the playthrough where nothing goes right. You know, I'm just going to keep laughing about it and just expecting it now. I'm a very pessimistic person, unfortunately. It's very hard to change your ways as a human being with things like that. I've tried, believe me, but the more I stay quiet about things, the worse it gets, so I just like to complain. Nothing has gone right in this playthrough. Gameplay wise, it's been a disaster. RNG wise, it's been a disaster. And then, you know, the juice in the battery goes. And it seems to me with modern games, and yeah, it was the battery because I've put the charger in, now it's working. I seem to spend, I'd say, 80% of the time with the charger in and about 20% of the time playing wirelessly. That cannot be right under any circumstances. And you know, originally when I got my Xbox One, I was thinking to myself, oh wow, there's a lot more juice here, you know? Remember what I said about the RNG and everything going wrong? 2 hits, never seen that. Never seen that. So now I'm poisoned. But yeah, as I was saying, when I first got the Xbox One, it seemed like the controller had a lot more power in it. And you got to play wirelessly for probably double the amount of time than you did on the 360. But over time, that has seemingly gotten worse. I don't know how that can be the case, but that seems to be what's happening. I just saved my own arse though. I mean, that dog might not have attacked me, but if he had, I could have been in a bit of trouble. I'm on caution. I've been knocked onto caution by a fucking snake. I mean, where do you begin? And it's one of the mysteries of the Resident Evil universe why these dogs in Resi Zero and Resi Remake sound like monkeys, but they do. There are actual monkeys in Resident Evil Zero, and they sound less like monkeys than the actual dogs do. Very peculiar. But yeah, when you hear the monkey sound from the dog, it is dead. A terrifying mixture of dogs and monkeys. What will they think of next? But yes, now we've got water here. And that waterfall, which you might have not even noticed if you've never played this game before and you're watching this playthrough. The waterfall down there has stopped, allowing us to go through to the cave area. Which isn't that difficult, but there is one room in particular on some stairs where there are two hunters. Okay, so I thought I killed that dog, but obviously not. He's still alive. But yeah, that particular room, I'm just going to be running past them. And I think I'm going to get my grenade launcher out with the incendiary ammo. Because we've got the Black Widow spider coming up. Oh no, it's not called the Black Widow. What's it called? The Black Tiger spider. And I'm going to take a green and blue herb. Like I said, I was tempted to save it at the start of the cave area, but really, I want to be saving it at the end of the cave area. But this is the room that's difficult here. There's two hunters on the way back that are going to be here, and I'm just going to try and run past them. Because trying to aim up or down in that area with two hunters on stairs is a bit of a clusterfuck. And the game will give you a disproportionate amount of handgun ammo here. Gives you a lot of clips, and quite frankly, you don't need them. And it's a bit bizarre.
Is that you, Jill?
Is that voice Enrico's?
Yeah?
You're alive!
Stop! Are you with anybody, Jill?
No, but why?
The stars are finished. Someone is a traitor. Umbrella set us up.
Enrico!
The wreckage.
Traitor? Who?
It's got to be Barry, surely. He's been acting sneakily after all. Shit. So the next Resi project I've got in mind is possibly Resident Evil 4. Like I said before, the HD version. Well, I've already got a HD version, but the new version on the Xbox One with improved frame rate is out. See ya! And it'd be a good time to do a professional difficulty playthrough. There's another clip. So I might do Resi 4. I'm not good on Code Veronica at all. Zero. I'm not great at. There you go. Thankfully, like I said before, they have a few seconds of reacting to you. That's your moment to run. Really. Okay, it's time for the Black Tiger. Which is the hex crank here. Right, it's that one. We don't need the other crank. In the lab area of the game, there's also another green herb there. That's excellent. But in the lab area of the game, there's a few zombies that I like to kill with the incendiary rounds, because obviously that makes them not reappear as crimson heads because you've essentially burned them. So that's a positive to using the incendiary rounds against zombies, if you so need to do it. And the reason I like to do it is because later in the game, there's a part where you're carrying this, I can't remember what it's called, nitrogen compound or something, and you can't run. But I've always been terrified of one of those zombies coming at me and attacking me whilst I'm walking, because if you run at all, you blow up and the game is over. So I always like to just burn those motherfuckers in the lab. Just in case, being extra careful, you know. But it's time to run away from a boulder. If you can believe it, ladies and gentlemen, even Mr. Chris Redfield has to run away from that boulder on this game. A few years later in Africa, he was actually punching a boulder, but in this game, even he is running away from it. Incredible. Truly incredible. So I'm willing to hit this thing with 4 shells. I'm not sure how many it's going to take. Sometimes this guy is really aggressive, sometimes he's very passive. Depends on how he's feeling. But it's fucking terrifying, I'll tell you that. Oh, typically, he's very aggressive. Absolutely no chance whatsoever of avoiding that. Complete fucking bullshit. You can see him following me. Wow. So, in terms of how much ammo that took, it seems really easy. And it was, I mean, only 2 incendiary shells, but they are, without a shadow of a doubt, the most powerful thing to use on that guy. Ooh, and I just got out of that door quick enough before his mate jizzed on me. But it started very badly, because like I said, sometimes to start that off, he does absolutely nothing. And then at other times, it just smashes you straight away like he did there. And he wasn't happy with my bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. He was not happy at all. Alrighty, we can see another boulder in the distance there. And it is coming for us. But first we have to use the hex crank 3 times. Because what's better than using a hex crank once or twice? Using it 3 times. Oh yeah! The Resident Evil obsession with cranks continue. But obviously I'm streaming this game, not streaming, I'm recording this game, and I wanted the quality of it to be of a certain standard, and I've been a little bit upset by how shambolic the gameplay's been, but just use that green and blue herb. See what's in here. Ooh, kind of first aid spray, nice. But when I'm not recording or streaming, when I'm just playing these games myself, I do find them very relaxing, and to a lot of gamers and to a lot of people who don't love these games, that might seem quite peculiar. While a game about, you know, zombies and disturbing monsters will be relaxing, but it's all about the pre-rendered graphics and the tank controls, quite simply. It's all about the gameplay, because it's so slow-paced as well. You just don't get games like this anymore, you really don't. And I do find it relaxing within the gameplay. It is strange, I must admit, but I do. I think there's something very strangely comforting and nostalgic about it as well, to be honest, but it's not all that. I do genuinely find them quite relaxing. And I also just really enjoy the element of trying to withhold from using the magnum ammo and the grenade rounds, and you kind of weaponry that's heavier, if you will. You can't just use them at any time, you've got to save them up. And I love games like that. You know, I've just recently been playing a lot of The Last of Us for the first time, and overall, I've got my criticisms of that game. It's certainly not perfect, and I don't think it's as amazing as people said gameplay-wise, but it's still a fantastic game, and after 4 completions of it, I really do enjoy the gunplay. And you have to be very savvy in that game with how you use your guns, and I really like games like that. Everyone knows my obsession with The Evil Within, and that game has it too. And we need more games created like that. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, I am recording this video today, the 28th of August 2016. It is about a couple of months after Resident Evil 7 was announced. Resident Evil 7 is going to be released, I do believe, in January 2017. Of course, we all know it's going to be first person. Some people are still denying this for some reason. It's very peculiar, but it is going to be in first person. I can tell you that right now. But there are going to be guns. There's just going to be handguns, shotguns, grenades, and explosives, and flamethrowers, apparently. So no machine guns or rocket launchers or anything like that. But within first person, how is that gameplay going to be? That, for me, is the most interesting dynamic, and I'm intrigued because I'm not a fan of first person games overall. Do I need the crank now? I don't think I do. I don't need it. And I'm intrigued, let's say, to see what the gameplay is like. I'm going to get these other grenade shells out here. Because there aren't too many games that I go back to constantly that are within a first-person perspective that I love and go back to all the time. And Capcom are going to have to do something very special to change that, quite frankly. But we will have to see. But, you know, I bought a PS4, I've got an Xbox One, I've got Gears of War 4 coming up, which I'm really looking forward to, Resident Evil 7. I don't usually pay full whack for games, but at this moment in time, I'm in a lucky place where I'm making more money than I ever have, and I'm financially quite stable, let's say, so I guess I will be paying full whack, and I will be supporting the Resident Evil franchise, and I will be pre-ordering it, and I'm hopeful, you know, I'm hopeful of getting an experience which is a hell of a lot more better than Resident Evil 6 was. Shouldn't be too difficult. But anyway, I've just saved my game for the second time, and I'm going to end the video here. See you guys for the next part.